25 years of journalism, I haven't quite seen a political rally like this. Aye, hot pakada. Arey wah, bhang ka laddu, boss. Chole and momo.
Which way are the winds blowing across the gentle hills of Shillong?
देना साथ मेरा. अरे किसका साथ दोगे बॉस?
देखेंगे जब टाइम आएगा. क्यों इतने जल्दी में हो?
Trinamool is only going to states which are BJP and NDA ruled and dominated. We didn't break the Congress. Who is breaking the Congress?
Personally alone, I'm ready to sit anywhere but not to work with NPP. I've told this.
Are you going to play kingmaker or do you want to be king?
Well, we would like to be king, not a kingmaker.
Yes! Rajdeep Ronaldo. You have enough jobs for young people?
Not enough job for all of us young people.
क्या होगा election में?
Election में बीजेपी जीतेगा.
It's going to be a khichdi.
It's going to be a nice khichdi.
Just want clean politics and clean governance.
This is the journalist breakfast.
This is a journalist breakfast? Really?
Sarah, what will be, will be.
Welcome to Elections on My Plate, coming to you from Shillong in the beautiful state of Meghalaya. Unfortunately, Meghalaya's politics has not always matched its natural beauty. The state hasn't thrown a single-party majority government since 1972. As a result, political defections and post-poll dealings and alliances have been the order of the day. Will 2023 be any different? A slew of parties are competing for a small 60-member assembly. The ruling National People's Party, the Trinamool Congress, the BJP and local parties, all in a fierce race for power. Which way are the winds blowing across the gentle hills of Shillong? Join me on Elections on My Plate.
Okay, now the best way perhaps to start your mornings here in Shillong is with a game of football. Remember, this is football country, which is why we thought we'd go and find out from the young of Meghalaya, what do they want beyond their football dreams. Let's go.
What do the young in Shillong want? What is it that you all are looking for? You want to go outside Meghalaya and live, or you like to live here?
I think outside Meghalaya would be better.
What is the biggest problem that the youth have in Meghalaya?
I think the biggest problem right now, it's unemployment.
So if you were to tell Conrad, Sangma or any of your leaders, what's the first thing you would tell them?
I think we should let a new generation of people lead the government.
What's your message to the politicians of Meghalaya at elections time? What do you want to tell them?
I just want clean politics and clean governance, ultimately.
Do you have enough jobs for young people?
No, there's not enough job for all of us young people. So we have to go out and search for a job.
Are you saying the politics of Meghalaya is not clean?
No, I'm not saying that it's not clean. But we need to generate more jobs.
Who's your favorite footballer?
Di Maria, Cristiano Ronaldo, Erling Haaland.
Erling Haaland, wow.
Mesut Ozil, Ronaldo,
Messi. Let's see if my Goan blood still works. Yes! Yes! Rajdeep Ronaldo. Okay. We've heard enough of my footballing skills. We're going to find out more about Meghalaya's politics. We need some food for thought and for the stomach. Time for breakfast. Time for breakfast and to meet an old friend. Ah, Patricia. How good to see you.
Welcome, welcome.
Patricia Mukim, old friend and editor of Shillong Times. Wonderful, thank you for hosting me.
You're most welcome.
Oh my God,
All the food is laid out.
this is quite a spread and
Khasi food.
this is a Khasi breakfast.
Yeah, Khasi breakfast.
What is this?
This is putharo.
Okay, it's like a...
It's all our rice base.
Wow, what's this cooking here?
This is pork neyong.
Oh, you all have pork early morning.
Yeah.
Wow, you baked it yourself?
Yeah. This is called pusla.
Pusla.
Pusla. This is the journalist's breakfast.
This is a journalist breakfast? Really?
Please.
Okay, so this is the pork curry with the putharo.
That is chicken.
That's chicken. My God. Very nice. Putharo, some meat item. What according to you is the distinctive feature of a Meghalaya election? What makes it so distinctive?
Oh, there's a lot of fun and dance and singing, and everybody composes songs, you know. Some are sad, some are exciting. There's no time to think because there's too much noise. And thinking happens only amongst the few people in Shillong city, perhaps. In the villages, politicians go, they lecture, people sit and listen, nobody asks questions, and that's it. And then you know there's a lot of money that is going around.
A lot of money in a Meghalaya election?
Yeah. A lot of money.
So money power matters.
Yes, of course.
In a big way. In a big way.
The constituencies are very small, so your number of electorate is, very small in that sense compared to the mainland India. So it is very easy for a candidate here to go around and distribute money.
So candidates matter more than the party?
Obviously, that is also another feature of our election.
Whoever has the money?
Whoever has the money, whoever is acceptable to the electorate, in a sense that he belongs to the place. So there are a lot of factors like that.
Out of your 60 MLAs, 20 of them have defected in the last 5 years from one party to the other.
Yes.
So it seems party loyalties no longer matter.
It has never mattered.
It has never mattered.
Never mattered, yeah.
So what happens to ideology? I mean,
But they have never fought on ideology.
So the question that's being asked is whether the so-called Hindutva ideology of the BJP has really made any impact on the people here to understand that it affects you can say the religion or the beliefs or their practices. So this is another thing which...
An interesting new element, right? Whether the BJP can make a growth or a dent in a Christian-dominated
Whether
state.
the people will send a message which will say, no, we are a Christian state, we don't want any Hindutva.
And interestingly, the BJP tied up with Conrad Sangma and then ditched him just months before the elections. Then you've got the Trinamool Congress, which has broken the Congress and come to Meghalaya.
There's something different that is happening in this election compared to the previous elections that we've had.
What's that?
Previous election was basically between the Congress and the others, mostly the regional party.
UDP is your main...
and other regional party.
Right.
Now what's happening in this election is that you have three basically groups. You have the national parties like the Congress and the BJP.
Right.
Then you have a strong regional party like the TMC that has, come into the picture. And then you have the NPP, which is also, in a sense, a local
That's a
party.
Meghalaya party. You have the UDP and the NPP, more Meghalaya-based
So you have a national party, then you have regional parties, like
and then you have a...
and a Meghalaya-based party.
And Meghalaya-based party.
So that is one, a distinct feature of this election.
And anybody could ally with anyone after the election?
Anything.
It's an open...
It's an open house.
Open house. It's like an auction. I see a lot of Mr. Modi's posters. I don't see as many Congress posters around.
Congress doesn't have too much money, I think, to spend.
NPP has a lot of money and the BJP has a lot of money. What happens when you as a journalist ask these questions in the Shillong Times?
We get you know, people just are so disdainful of us. A, they don't care. B, they think that we're after their lives. And because it almost seems as if corruption is accepted. Why are you questioning, you know?
So corruption is accepted, corruption is institutionalized almost. In a sense in Meghalaya.
Yeah.
She asked the hard questions. That's the problem all over India. You're not supposed to ask hard questions of those in power.
In case you've forgotten, I had a petrol bomb thrown outside here, just next to my bedroom.
You had a petrol bomb thrown at you? When was
In
this?
2018, April.
Why?
April 19th.
Because of the hard questions that you
Yeah,
asked.
I had written an article that displeased some people, some pressure groups.
The house specialty is the bread. Wow. Bread and almond butter.
Yes. Okay, I want to ask. We brought the
This is the orange from Nongjiang.
The orange from?
a place called Nongjiang.
The advantage of being in Shillong, you get fresh fruit, fresh food. Your politics is polluted,
The
but
air
your
still-
air is pretty nice.
No, that's
right?
not.
Okay, last question. Who's going to win the election? What's going to happen on the 2nd of March?
It's going to be a khichdi.
It's going to be a nice khichdi. What's it going to be?
TMC may spring a surprise.
TMC is the dark horse, is it, in this election?
Yes.
Who knows, NPP and BJP could come back together again.
They could. There's a real
The
possibility.
UDP could be a kingmaker,
Yes.
right? So everybody is a kingmaker in Meghalaya. We don't know who's going to be the king or the queen.
Yeah.
Well, I've learnt a lot. So I want to thank you for the breakfast and for giving me a sense of your lovely state. As we've been saying, the politics of Meghalaya is polluted, but the air is not. And that's why we're heading to discover what the politicians of Meghalaya are up to after this Queen's breakfast that we've had. Okay, now our first political pit stop here is at the Meghalaya Chief Minister's residence. Conrad Sangma is an interesting politician who's taken his father, P.A. Sangma, the former Lok Sabha Speaker's legacy, forward. He's built his own national party, the National People's Party, that has spread across the northeast. And he's one of the few Meghalaya Chief Ministers to complete 5 years in alliance with the BJP, but many would say on his own terms. It's been a tenure, though, not without controversy. And this time, he's fighting the elections on his own. What next will Conrad Sangma do? Let's go and meet the young Chief Minister of Meghalaya. Hi. Good to be in your state. Campaigning.
Yeah, I think campaign. Well,
That's right. On your home turf.
well, kind of.
Since it's election on my plate, you can serve us some.
Yeah, sure.
You're looking confident or not? Because this time you're under pressure, anti-incumbency, 5 years of rule, no longer with the BJP. Is Conrad Sangma as confident as he was 5 years ago?
In fact, in the last election also, we never were with the BJP.
Yes.
We have fought no election, in fact, ever with any political party pre-poll alliance. So it's always been on our own. And the reason we do that is because we feel that we should go to the people with our own ideology and with what the party believes in. I think in the last 5 years, we've seen that a lot of work has happened at the grassroots level. And in fact, the kind of changes that have taken place at the grassroots level, be it in the road sector, be it in the water supply sector, be it in the health sector, education sector, we have seen a lot of things that have happened. Even important political issues like the border issue have been taken up. So there's a lot of positive, vibe among the people, and I strongly feel that people will vote for these changes and the positive changes that have taken place.
Specific scams being pointed out, land scams, power scams, rice scams, coal mining scams. I mean, as I said, your own ally, one-time ally, is saying that Conrad Sangma ran a very corrupt government.
In all of these allegations that have been made against us, the government has very, very promptly put up all kind of inquiries by judiciary people, by retired judges, independent inquiries. And in none of these allegations that have been made against us has any strong evidence been found in any case. So all of these that have been mentioned, the word that people use of scam, that needs to be proven. So these are all allegations.
Meghalaya has acquired a reputation like many small states where there is no ideology. The only ideology is power. Conrad Sangma tomorrow may tie up with the same BJP which has accused him before the elections of being a completely corrupt government.
So there are two things on this. Number one, when the elections results have come out, in the last many, many years, almost 45 years, there's never been a government or never been a full mandate given to any government.
Except 1972.
Except 1972, exactly. So in a situation like that, I think it's very clear that the political leadership and the parties have to come together and find a way so that a government can be formed, because the state has to be governed. And therefore, there is nothing wrong in sitting down together and after elections realizing that there is no other option but to form the government, or we'll just have president's rule then.
So you're happy to tie up with the same BJP to do business with the BJP after the election, or would you prefer to look at other options?
That's what I'm saying. When the situation comes, as the numbers come out, hopefully we are hopeful that we will get a better mandate this time. But depending on the numbers and the results that come out, we will decide on how to.
Who's your first option?
We'll decide when the time comes.
The charge against your government or against you is that you have been remote controlled by the BJP, that you are dependent on Amit Shah and the BJP in Delhi, Narendra Modi, and in Northeast on Hemanta Biswa Sarma. He dictates terms to Conrad Sangma. Conrad Sangma does what Hemanta Biswa Sarma will tell him.
See, we work together as a team. And when there are situations which we have to figure out a way to find solutions to, whether it's a border issue, whether it's CAA, whether it's a law and order situation in the Northeast, whether it's important issues concerning Northeast, we have to obviously work together. We have to work together with leaders of the Northeast. We have to work together with central leadership. That is natural. I think if somebody concludes by saying that we are remote controlled by that, then that's overstepping a bit too much. The reason why we do this is because we have to work as a team, as I said. Number two, there have been many, many instances where we have not agreed on many situations, and obviously we have had difficult situations, and we had to move forward in very complicated situations with the BJP, where we don't agree with the BJP leadership in many situations. So you can take example of even the CAA. There was a point when the CAA came out, and we were the first to raise voice against it.
The dome of the assembly building collapsed a couple of years ago. Many believe it was part of a land scam, and the chief architect, after he was superannuated, has been given a ticket by the NPP.
So let me go into the details of this. So this is not that the dome just of the assembly collapsed. This was a new construction that was happening, number one. Number two, when this entire thing was, the entire new structure was designed, it was designed in the previous government. And the design was cleared by the previous government. And once that happened, it was vetted by IIT and other engineering institutes, which is a due process. Once that was done, then the entire structure started being constructed. So once the structure was constructed, this was a 3,000 metric ton dome being suspended in a kind of a platform where it was created, and a plank was put in to put about 3,000 metric ton of structure on top of this. This particular entire process was vetted, as I said, by IIT, and everything was clear.
One charge which is made of the Sangma dynasty. Your brother, MLA, sister, MP, father, of course, was a very distinguished politician. Is this dynasty politics at work? You're creating a Sangma dynasty?
See, it's like this. I think in every political kind of scenario, there are obviously political leaders and families, and this is there in many states, number one. Number two, being in a political family doesn't ensure that you will be able to continue to run, because today the democracy is very vibrant. Number three, it depends on how you work. See, the people will decide ultimately. It's the people who will judge, and people will choose. We are here We happen to be from a political family. We have, expressed to the people that we would like to serve, and people have elected.
So what's your favorite song? When you're sitting by in the tension of an election campaign, what's the song?
Many songs.
चुरा लिया है तुमने जो दिल को नजर नहीं चुराना सनम जिंदगी एक सफर है सुहाना यहाँ कल क्या हो किसने जाना
जब कोई बात
बिगड़ जाए जब कोई मुश्किल पड़ जाए तुम देना साथ मेरा ओ हम नवाज. Is that the song you're going to sing to Amit Shah or to Hemanta Biswa Sarma? तुम देना साथ मेरा. Whose साथ are you asking for in this election?
देखेंगे जब टाइम आएगा. क्यों इतने जल्दी में हो? आराम से करते हैं. Let the elections go.
Okay, thanks. Thanks, Conrad. Pleasure. Thank you. So who is the main challenger to Chief Minister Conrad Sangma in Meghalaya in this election? Purely in terms of the high decibel campaign, it would seem it's the Trinamool Congress. 2 years ago, the Trinamool Congress broke the Congress legislature party, taking away 12 of the 17 MLAs, including former Chief Minister Mukul Sangma. For the TMC, which has been desperate to expand across the northeast, this election in Meghalaya could be make or break. What's the TMC's strategy? Let's find out.
I've come to my constituency. We are very happy to see so many young people here.
But every youth between the age of 18 and 40 will be given 1,000 rupees monthly.
Am I right to suggest that Trinamool Congress sees Meghalaya now as make or break in your attempt to expand beyond Bengal?
Every election is make or break for any political party. At least that's how we look upon elections, and especially when we take our ideologies to the people or the work that we have done in the past or the kind of work that we would like to do in the next 5 years. So yes, if you perceive it that way and if that's how you look upon life, definitely it's a make or break. So in the last 1.5 years that we have been in Meghalaya, we have tried to reach to every household, to every people, to all the hills, to all the communities, irrespective of their affiliation.
Jairam Ramesh has come to Meghalaya and said that the Trinamool Congress is the B team of the BJP. You are actually, you got a backdoor entry into Meghalaya by breaking the Congress, and now you are dividing the anti-BJP vote.
If Trinamool is the B team of BJP, then will Trinamool and its leaders, especially the one who are leading the battle from the forefront, will have the courage to take on BJP and attack Amit Shah and PM Modi? How many people in the Congress is doing that?
But you come to Meghalaya and 12 out of the 17 Congress MLAs left, including former Chief Minister Mukul Sangma, and joined the Trinamool Congress. But so, the Congress has reason to feel aggrieved.
But you have to see where Trinamool is stepping in. Trinamool is only going to states which are BJP and NDA ruled and dominated. We have not entered Rajasthan. We have not entered Chhattisgarh. We have not entered, Himachal Pradesh. We are only going to states. We went to Goa, which is ruled by BJP. We went to Tripura, which is ruled by BJP. We have started our working unit at Assam, which is ruled by BJP. We are in Meghalaya, which has an MDA and NDA government in place. So every political party has got the right to go to any state they want. And we didn't break the Congress. Who is breaking the Congress? It was Mr. P. Chidambaram who said Congress has the fire in its belly and will fight and take on BJP's might and will defeat BJP single-handedly in Goa. You saw the outcome. Bengal election was an election which was perhaps the most crucial elections of this decade, I would say. And it was perhaps the most critical battle of Mamata Banerjee's life, I would say, in a career. When you have to take on BJP's might, the agencies, a part in judiciary, election commission, paramilitary forces, it's a deadly, obnoxious combination. Their Congress goes and join hands with CPI. Then who is BJP's B team? If I am to ask you, Will Jairam Ramesh and people sitting in the Lutyens bungalow in Delhi will be able to answer this question? Who is acting as BJP's B team?
Are you saying that the Trinamool Congress wants to go only into those states where the BJP is in power?
Absolutely.
You will not go into any state where the Congress or a non-BJP party is into power?
Absolutely. That's our priority. We are fighting against the BJP.
Had you tied up with the Congress, you would have been a more formidable force. So the question is this Trinamool trying to expand to become a national party, get 6% of the vote, or is it Trinamool fighting elections to win and have more governments outside Kolkata?
See, there's no point basking in the past. I have categorically stated that we are open for an alliance and we appeal to all the like-minded parties to come together.
Post-poll alliance?
Keeping their egos aside.
Post-poll alliance?
Yes.
You are open to a post-poll alliance with the Congress party?
Yes, I'm saying that.
Yes.
Barring BJP and NPP. It can be Congress, it can be UDP, it can be VPP, it can be any other party. It's a fight of ideology. Congress talks about ideology. I want to ask Congress's leadership, with all humility and grace, what is Congress's ideology? You are fighting against the left in Kerala, and you are joining hands with the left in Kerala, in Tripura and Bengal. So what exactly is your ideology? That's $1 million question.
You are saying a section of the judiciary is also with the BJP at the moment. Not just the EC, the Election Commission of India you mentioned agencies, presumably ED, CBI. You're saying you're fighting all of them.
Yes, at least that's what the people are saying. And I leave it to the wisdom of crowd.
You see, the flip side is the BJP will say that there is no smoke without fire. Abhishek Banerjee has to answer the serious questions about allegations of his and his family members being involved in scams, the coal scam, and they say that they will have a money trail that they've traced, and therefore you have to answer the questions. Don't make it a political battle.
All right, I will answer you. I'll put this across in very simple words. What is BJP's allegation against me? The allegation is there has been a coal pilferage scam, and I am accused in a way. Now, collieries are guided by CISF. It's run by Power Ministry. Who is the Power Minister? Piyush Goyal. Who is the Home Minister, which heeds the CISF, which guards the collieries? Mr. Amit Shah. Now, do you mean to say that your people who are actually guarding the collieries and ECL representatives are not obeying the commands of Home Minister and Prime Minister and Power Minister and just listening to me? Then they should resign because of their incompetency.
Do you concede that the last 6 months, in a sense, has taken, the Trinamool Congress's image has taken a blow, particularly because Mamata Banerjee had always built her career as someone who's above the money, above money power politics. Do you concede what happened with Partha Chatterjee and subsequently has become a blow to your party?
So Partha Chatterjee will fight his own case, but till the time it's being fought in the court, Trinamool Congress has actually walked the talk, suspended him, thrown him out of the ministry, and put people who are able to perform with integrity. So Trinamool Congress is the only party, and you have such elements or fringe elements or such leaders in every party. Can you vouch for 100% of the representatives you have in your channel? You cannot. You have 1%, 2%, 5%, 10% everywhere.
In the past, both in Tripura and in Meghalaya, we've seen Trinamool Congress gets seats and then those same MLAs switch sides and go back to another party.
I can understand their apprehension, but I would humbly, with all graciousness and humility, would like to appeal to the people of Meghalaya that don't mistake us for Congress.
There's one more charge against the Trinamool Congress, which is that you are a party of outsiders in places like Meghalaya, or indeed you were in Goa. Because you call other parties outsiders in Bengal, how can you come to Meghalaya and Goa and expect the people of these states to vote for you?
No, we should leave it to the people of the Meghalaya to decide. Trinamool Congress is a national party with regional ethos. By that logic, Congress is a Maharashtrian party. Aam Aadmi Party is a Delhi party. So people will accuse, they will label different things against us. But ultimately we should, if we have labeled BJP people as outsider, there was a reason. They failed to stood by the people of Bengal when there were natural calamities, when there was cyclones like Amphan and Yash. They didn't stood by the people of Bengal.
We are seeing a much more confident Abhishek Banerjee here in Meghalaya. We'll see whether that confidence is justified, but good to have you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Okay, now while the NPP and the Trinamool Congress are battling it out to be party number one in Meghalaya, especially in the Garo Hills, what of the Congress party? The party seems to be running a more low-profile campaign, but it has a few high-profile candidates, including the three-time MP and the Meghalaya Pradesh Congress chief, Vincent Pala, who is also, I can tell you, the wealthiest candidate in the race because your assets, more than 90 crores in land. But I don't see the money being spent on the campaign. You all are running a very low-profile campaign this time.
Yeah, definitely, sir, because we are in the opposition. And at the same time, you know, we should know our capacity also. So with that in mind, I think strategically, I think we thought that we should have a low-profile campaign.
But will that not affect you in this election? Are you confident that you can play, the Congress has a role still to play in Meghalaya politics, even though most of your party has gone to the Trinamool?
Yeah, but I don't think it affects because Meghalaya is a small state, and if you get 9 to 10,000 is enough for you to win the elections. So to sensitize 9-10,000 people in a small state like Meghalaya, I think it should not be a problem. We don't need to be very high profile. We don't need to do lots of marketing like other parties.
You are the richest candidate as per your assets, 90 crores in land alone. You were originally reportedly in coal mining in the Jaintia Hills. You've got lots of property. You've done well for yourself, Mr. Pala.
I think that is wrong. I had all these properties and all in coal mines I had before I became a politician. Yes. 90 crores is only the value of the property, which was given as per the market rate. Rather, you can say that I have given an honest, declaration. You compare to them, they have lots in different.
So you're saying that the other politicians who are much richer than you have not declared their assets honestly, right?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's like what it looks in the open market. If you see many of them, they have so much. Much more than me.
Everyone is telling me this is going to be a hung assembly. So how many seats and who will you go with after the election?
I think it's very difficult to say how many seats we are going to win.
But who will you go with then?
No, because so many leaders have switched from one party to the other party. Many of them switched from NPP to BJP, many from BJP to the Congress at the office bearers level.
Right.
So it's very difficult to say that we'll get so many seats to other seats.
TMC told me we are ready to tie up with anyone to keep the BJP out. Are you ready to shake hands with Mukul Sangma?
No, that will depend on the High Command's decision, not my decision.
What is your view?
My view...
Who's your main opponent here?
The main opponent here is the NPP and the BJP. It's not TMC or other.
Are you going to be the next Chief Minister of Meghalaya?
I think man proposes, God disposes.
Man proposes, God disposes. That's a nice way. You're a God-fearing man, I can see, Mr. Pala. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Of journalism, I haven't quite seen a political rally like this. This is UDP country in the Khasi Hills of Meghalaya. Most political observers believe that no government can be formed without the support of the UDP, the original regional party of Meghalaya. This time though, the UDP has a precondition. They would like a Khasi chief minister of their own. Will that happen? Let's find out. I just heard the music. You know, you guys really know how to move. But I wanted to ask you, Medba, this time, the UDP's role.
Are you going to play kingmaker or do you want to be king?
Well, we would like to be king, not a kingmaker, just a kingmaker.
Because you were part of the last NPP BJP government. This time, do you want to lead the government?
That is our target and the goal that we have set.
That's your target, to lead the government. Is there a precondition that this time you believe that because there have been 13 years of a Gado chief minister, this time it should be the turn of the Khasis? Is there that sense that the UDP as the party of the Khasi Hills feels their time has come?
I believe in performance, in fact, and delivery. Well, I don't go by what, maybe what people are thinking. I have nothing to say on that. But for me, you've been given a chance to be the leader of the state. You have to look at the welfare of the people.
No, but some of your own party men are saying that there should be a Khasi chief
One
minister.
can't stop anybody what they want to say.
You see yourself as the original regional party of Meghalaya. You don't see NPP as a regional party. You don't see Conrad Sangma as your leader.
Well, NPP
He was your chief minister.
NPP is not a regional party. It's a national party. NPP is a national party.
But if I asked you today, would you rather go with the BJP, NPP, Congress, Trinamool? Who's your choice? Everyone is looking at you.
That's why. So let us see and let's cross the bridge and see.
Okay, great. Thanks very much. Wish you all the very best. Okay, we've been crisscrossing Shillong and the surrounding areas, tracking politicians. We need a bit of a break. And the best way is because it's Mahashivratri weekend, we're here in this colony on the outskirts of Shillong, large Nepali population here. And they're celebrating in a big way, typically with, guess what? Ye kya hai? Bhang! Arey wah! Bhagwan ke naam pe bhang. कौन किया अच्छा?
NPP ने.
NPP ने किया है.
They have developed our school here.
आप बीजेपी के सपोर्टर, बीजेपी ने क्या अच्छा किया है?
बहुत डेवलपमेंट किया है.
बहुत डेवलपमेंट किया है. तो आप वोट किसके नाम पे दोगे? नरेंद्र मोदी?
Yes.
हाँ? Yes. You like नरेंद्र मोदी?
Yeah.
क्या होगा इलेक्शन में?
हम लोग तो NPP को दे रहे हैं.
अरे वाह, भांग का लड्डू बॉस. बाइक बराबर चलाना इसके बाद.
जी अभी ये खाना नहीं है, घर पे जाके खाना है.
What is it that young girls want today? Young women want?
Jobs.
You want jobs?
Yes.
I'm feeling a lot better now. When we return, we're going to look more closely at that BJP factor, because that is one of the X factors in this election. Can the BJP make a real breakthrough in a Christian-dominated state?
Now, Meghalaya is a Christian-dominated state. More than 70% of the population is Christian, mainly Catholics and Presbyterians. The church behind me, for example, is 147 years old, and the role of the church is an intriguing but unanswered question at election time. The rise of the BJP makes it even more interesting in Meghalaya. So we thought, Sunday prayer service, we'd try and find out what exactly does the church, and more importantly, the people want when it comes to their politics. Come with me. Does religion at all play a role in politics in Meghalaya? This is a Christian-dominated state.
Yeah, it does to some extent.
It does?
Yes, it does. Christians will vote for Christians.
Christians will vote for Christians?
Yes.
This is a Christian-dominated state. People would like to vote for a party which looks after the interest of the Christian people.
In rejection, disillusionment, disappointments, because I don't know, we've gone through turbulent times and there's been no change. And I'm expecting change.
And from what we have seen in statistics, Meghalaya development is very low. So we would love to have good candidates.
Make this state
as best as it can, as best as it used to be.
We want zero corruption. We want good governance. We want good infrastructure, not only in Shillong but also in the outskirts.
The church in Meghalaya has a big role to play in the elections.
So what kind of people are you looking for?
People who are honest, who are able, who are qualified.
With the BJP playing a role in these elections, does the church have a specific view on the BJP, on Hindutva politics?
As a church, we are for all parties. We are for those, for candidates who are fair and square, who are able to take the state forward, the people forward.
So there will be no order from the church as such to vote for a particular party or not to vote in any form?
The church stands neutral, but the church stands for candidates, for parties which are able, which are clean.
Banking on Prime Minister Narendra Modi's appeal, the BJP is running an aggressive campaign in Meghalaya, making it a potential X-factor. The BJP won just 2 seats in Meghalaya in 2018, but became a kingmaker by supporting the Conrad Sangma-led coalition government. 6 months ago, the BJP withdrew support to Sangma and is now contesting all 60 seats on their own. Can the BJP make a breakthrough in Christian-dominated Meghalaya? Let's go and meet one of the BJP's key candidates.
How are you, sir?
I'm quite nice meeting you. In my own residence, I welcome you.
The BJP left this government 6 months ago, and now your leaders are coming to Meghalaya and saying this is the most corrupt and inefficient government. How come you were part of this government till a few months ago?
No, we have not left the government. We are still the government, but we have told the central government several times before also, we don't want to stay with the government because it's the most corrupted government in the MDA government led by NPP.
You enjoyed all the fruits of power. Now at election time, you're fighting Conrad Sangma and the NPP. How, I mean, make sense of these kind of politics.
I do not agree with you because we have raised this point from the last 2-3 years before, not now only. You see my statement, you see the way I'm speaking in the press everywhere, not just before election, 6 months before election, not even 1 year before elections.
Are you saying that Conrad Sangma was leading a corrupt government?
He's leading the corrupt government, that's why he has
of which you were a part.
Of course, I have not disagreed with that. I was very much a part, but I'm opposed from the day one only.
What is the BJP's goal? After the election, you and Conrad Sangma will come back together again?
I had told several times in my interview, I said, if they ask me, I will not work with the NPP.
In many states where the BJP is in power, you brought in laws to ban conversion, and they are directed, many believe, at Christian missionaries. Is the BJP anti-Christian?
I'm telling you, we have seen today in many Christian states like Goa, a Christian state like Nagaland, Arunachal Pradesh, Manipur, all ruled by BJP. There's not a single incident which is happening in our state, in the state of Northeast, which we have seen the BJP is anti-Christians.
How many seats?
And we are going to get double digits and will be this time the BJP-led government in Meghalaya.
And this man, Alexander Lalu Hek, could well be the CM face.
Thank you for your blessing. Thank you for your blessing.
Every time I say that, the smile becomes even bigger. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you. Let's go. Now, I started the show by reminding you in a way that Shillong's natural beauty is not always matched by the state of its politics. But there is one thing that is eternal here. It's music. At election time and beyond. Which is why I thought that we'd end today's show by meeting the very, very special Shillong Chamber Choir. Listening to them and in a way celebrating this part of the world. Come with me and listen to the Shillong Chamber Choir. William, hi. Hi, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Good to see everybody. Hi. Hi. Wow, this is your wonderful place.
Yes.
Wow, you've really got, it's a mini palace here. So I believe you've set up a special studio during COVID times?
We have, yes. That was when we decided, because we couldn't travel and there were people who were not very well and we couldn't risk it during COVID. It was a difficult time. So we said, let's take our music to the rest of the world from our backyard. So we set up a complete television studio to transmit our music to whoever.
A virtual studio?
A complete virtual studio.
Wow. So we're going to sample that and sample the music?
Yes.
And sample the food. Start with the rice. Jadu, as you call it. Teri nazar. I eat everything. That's fine. I love spice. Khasi dinner as well. What more can you ask for? Once again, thank you all very much for your hospitality. It's been wonderful. Thank you for giving me a sample of your wonderful state and life. Thank you. When I was just a little boy, I asked my mother, what will I be? Will I be rich? Here's what she said to me. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera. What will be, will be. When I was just a little boy, I asked my mother, what will I be? Will I be rich? Will I be rich? Here's what she said to me.